Welcome to the Q.A.C. Team Podcast, your quality assurance consulting team. Quality is our highest priority for your business with one goal, one direction, success. And now here's your host, Charles Luttrell. Okay, everyone, I am here with Denise. Denise, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm excited.
Oh, that's great. So tell everybody who you are and what you do.
So, my name is Denise Reich, and I'm the owner of the Vine Natural Health Center in Forest Hill. We are a wellness center that is 3,500 square feet of as many modalities as we can fit under one roof, and I'll tell you all about them.
Yes, that's going to come up in our discussion today about everything you have to offer here. I think this is a great place.
So excited to have you here, and education is important, especially when it comes to alternative health measures. And so
yeah, that was my next question was going to be, so why did you decide to be a business owner?
So I don't think I decided that. I think business owner found me, and it's one of those things where I've been doing massage therapy for almost 24 years now.
Oh, wow.
And yes, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. And so I believe it's a God thing. It's not one of those things where in elementary, middle, or even high school you say to yourself, I want to be a massage therapist when I grow up. And so that never really happened. I used to do retail management. It was something I could do, but nothing that I wanted to do. And so God planted me in the field of massage therapy, and I've never looked back.
Yeah, that's great. That was my next question was going to be, why did you choose your industry? How did this come about?
So massage therapy, there's a couple things in life where I can say, okay, that's a God thing. Don't know how I got here, but He planted me there. And then to turn into a wellness center wasn't anything on my agenda either, because I have 4 children and a thriving practice, and I was crafting my retirement and how I was going to sail off into the sunset there. And I just had a vision that God gave me to bring all these helpful modalities under one roof. And it's what I enjoy best, is helping people have a better quality of life. And so here at the Vine, we have multiple practitioners and services that have the same passion for doing just that.
Great. So I guess we can go in detail about all the different services that you offer here?
Right. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
So the first area we have is a little retail section for self-help products, because not everybody can come and get a massage once a week. So we have home medic products, massagers. We do doTERRA essential oils. They have supplements, and it is an alternative way of health and wellness, and we pride ourselves on that.
Now, these are products that people can just come in and purchase just by walking in?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. And we have a lot of educated staff members that can tell you all about the product and how it would help, whether it be self-care packages for allergies or focusing, attention deficit, or digestive issues or respiratory. We hear stories all the time about how people are having trouble coping with the issues in their life, like not being able to sleep at night. And so there's products here that can help with that, as well as the services. We also partner with Yoga Fresh Energy Foods, and we sell their cold pressed juices and soups, as well as we have spa days here where you can order in acai bowls or chicken wraps, and they have amazing healthy food.
And you can pick their food up at your location.
You can. We have just a couple soups and cold pressed juices, but on the spa days, we specially allow you to order in what you want for your spa day.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's really cool.
I enjoy going there all the time. They're in Bel Air, across from the ShopRite in Bel Air. So right now, we're in the float tank room. And so this is an up-and-coming self-help measure that you can use. The float tanks originally are self-deprivation tanks.
And let's just let our listeners know at this point that the podcast might sound kind of funny because we have some background noise that we're listening to, and so they can hear the sound of the room that we're in.
Right, it might be an echo. So the float tank room is not to be confused with a salt pod where the giant eggs come down over top of you. It's an actual room. So you can stand up in it. It's about 8 feet tall and about 5 feet wide. And it's 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts and only 10 inches of water.
Wow.
So I have to tell you that I don't float anywhere but in there.
Wow. And
so my first float, I couldn't figure out why my back was hurting. I'm like, wait a minute, this is supposed to, help. So I didn't realize, I try to get people to relax all the time on the massage table. And I didn't realize that all I had to do was put my head back a little bit further.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have to think about it. You will float. And the float tank is great for people that have autoimmune disorders or like fibromyalgia, or you have arthritis, or you're recovering from injuries. And 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts is like your bath water on steroids. So I would say that all you have to do is relax in there. You can have your choice of music or no music, lights, no lights, and let the magnesium do its work.
Let it do its job, right, for the body.
Right. And so if you are somebody that works out, this is great for that. It's great for concussion therapy. Psoriasis, eczema, it's good for that. And so many other things mentally, PTSD, anxiety, depression. And so if you have a bucket list, please put this on it, because I know you will not be disappointed. I'd say 50% of the people that are in here fall asleep. Wow. So it's kind of hard to imagine zero gravity and being able to fall asleep in water.
That's all. My question was going to be, how is that if it's zero gravity and you're laying in water? How do you fall asleep, right?
Well, I can tell you, I have 4 kids. It happens in minutes.
Minutes. That's great.
So, all the moms out there, it's a must participation. You got to do it.
Oh,
so
definitely.
So that's the float tank area, and then we are now going to the multi-purpose room where we hold a lot of classes and seminars and comedy nights and anything and everything related to health and wellness. And so we've done a class on functional medicine and the fundamentals of female hormones. We've done devotion and motion exercise classes. We have something coming up on hair and mineral testing.
Wow.
And a lot of these are professionals that are coming in to share what it is they do. And you can look on our website and see that most of these classes are relatively cheap to attend, or they're free. And so we have a Balance 101 class that is taught by our vestibular therapist. That's Thursdays at 2. And that is something similar to Tai Chi, but from a vestibular therapist point of view, you can't beat it. It's a wonderful class on movement and maintaining balance. And so if you have an idea for the multi-purpose room, we want to know about it. If you want to learn about it, we're going to do it.
Yeah, that's great.
So
And added to everything else that you do here. That's
and
a great.
all those events that we have are listed on our website as well.
Great.
And that's found under the multi-purpose room. So you come into our treatment area where we try to remain hushed tones as the treatments are going on, and you might be able to hear some of the music now playing. We have chiropractic over here, Dr. Chuck Cruikshank. He's here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he's been in business for over 25 years.
Wow.
And he's great at what he does. I am pretty picky when it comes to that. So the people that are coming in here are just top notch, and they're in it because they're passionate about what they do. So this chiropractic is not about, let me get you in here for 20 visits because that's what your insurance pays for.
Right.
He is self-pay, and you can find out more about that if you want to call the front desk.
And we'll talk about that in the podcast. We'll talk
Yes.
about how people can contact
Okay,
your
great.
website and how they can contact everybody that's actually working with you in here in your location.
Right, thank
Yeah.
you. And so chiropractic is a great marriage with massage therapy. We do that as well. But before we get to that room, we have something that we call the natural wave mat. But the bigger term is pulsed electromagnetic field therapy.
That's a lot.
It's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful.
But basically, I like to focus on what things do. So to break it down for people, it's red photon light therapy and infrared heat that comes through jade, obsidian, tourmaline, and its main claim to fame is taking inflammation out of the body.
Wow.
Everybody has that. Everybody can benefit. It's a 30-minute session, and while it's not what I would consider a rub-dub feel-good kind of thing, it's more a holistic service that you kind of have to know deep down this is helping on a cellular level.
And that's what I was going to ask you. When you're laying on this table, do you feel anything, or is it just you're just laying here like you're sleeping?
So some people are sensitive to what they're feeling in their body. Like when I get on here, I immediately can feel my digestive tract starting to move. And
Very interesting.
So we had someone come in here that got the benefit from chemo brain. And you may have heard of that term. So it brings mental clarity. We had somebody in their 90s that had pain from a disorder, autoimmune disorder, where the spinous process grew in a downward fashion. And so when you're in chronic pain, something like this is huge to get pain relief, even if it's for 3 days. Right. And he would get pain relief from that.
Well, that's a great success story too, right there.
Yes.
Amazing.
So, and the next room that we're coming to is East Coast IV. We were so excited to bring them on board in December, and they do vitamin IV therapy. Not a lot is known about that. I would say just like the float tank, this is an up-and-coming therapy where you don't need a script. However, there are registered nurses and there's doctors that approve what is happening here for the body. You have to fill out a health screen, right. And everything's HIPAA compliant.
And I would say it's regulated, right? By
yes,
HIPAA and everything.
Exactly.
That's important.
It is. And so what they do is, let's say you're struggling with even COVID. They will give you the vitamins that you need intravenously. It's great to take supplements on a regular basis, but when you get them intravenous, it's a much quicker and better result for the healing process. So I would say vitamin C, D, zinc, glutathione, those things that they've been talking about.
Right.
So that's the immune boosting IV pack that they have. But they also do anti-aging. They do...
you hear that, listeners? Anti-aging.
and they do sports rehab. So it's a great complement. One of the things that we're working on putting together is a package where you can detox, say maybe go in the infrared sauna, and then come back and get filled with all these great vitamins and fluids.
Right. That is such a great thing.
So our next room is the functional medicine practice with Erin Prokop. She's a nurse practitioner with personal health care providers. This is a second location for her. And she does concierge primary care as a provider. She's only here on Mondays, but she also does functional medicine. And so a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means.
That was my question. Can you tell us what functional medicine is at a high level?
Right. So we're a natural health center. And sometimes I just want to say, we definitely need Western medicine. But there are times that you have to dig deeper. And there might be other alternatives or resources. And functional medicine gets to the root of the problem. It's not going to be throwing medications at it necessarily. It's not going to be just addressing symptoms. It's why is this happening? And so people want to know, well, how is that? How are you going to come to that determination? Whereas Western medicine might not.
Right.
This is a 2-hour appointment, legitimately. Wow. So it probably will take you an hour just to fill out the paperwork of all your history.
Right. All the details of what's happened. And they go over
it extensively. And it might be some different testing that you wouldn't typically get in a primary care office. So she does both of those, and we're excited to have her here.
And that's very interesting. Yeah.
It's just on Mondays, but we're just so proud to have her here.
And that's great.
So, and then our next room is Ionic Fit Baths. So this is the fun room.
I think I'm interested in this room myself.
So we have shiatsu massage chairs. There's 2 of them, and they're heated. And so what happens is you soak your feet, and it pulls toxins out of your body through your feet. So we get a lot of positive feedback from this. And some of the typical things that we hear are, I got the best night's sleep ever. Or
just from having your feet taken care of.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And pulling the toxins out. We gather things from the foods we eat, the environment that we're breathing in. And so your body needs to be detoxing. And so the different colors on the chart show where these toxins might be coming from. And I know there's a little skepticism, I would say, maybe in the community about, really, this is a hoax, what does this do? But if you actually come and have 2 people sitting right next to each other, your water can be completely different. So I'll give you an example. My husband works as an auto body technician, and he is sanding, buffing, grinding metal. He's got metals in his body, and that's just how it is.
That's how it is, right? It's the nature of what we do.
Right. So he's going to have heavy metals, and that's represented by black flecks in the water, and his water is full of it. And somebody that's not in his position is not going to have that. So there's many other, I've heard people say my bloating went away and I felt better digestively. I've heard some pretty interesting stories.
Now, how does this compare to what is the where they put the little fish on your feet and they nibble at your skin?
I've heard about that. We're not doing that
We're
here.
not doing that here, but
I might consider doing it myself.
Right.
Anyway, we also in this room do paraffin hand waxes, which is great for arthritis or dry skin, especially in the winter. And we do Itovi scans, which it's a lot of information, but Itovi scans are basically Fitbit technology. So that is bioimpedance, and what that does is it measures frequencies in the body, and Itovi has measurable frequencies of what should be in your body, and so
Gotcha.
it spits out a report that says, okay, you might need this supplement or this essential oil to help you naturally get better. And
Wow.
so those are always interesting to read, those reports. And we also do raindrop therapy. So we'll take the top 3 oils and we'll apply them to the bottom of your feet. And so they're most easily absorbed there, and it takes about 25 seconds, and it's in your bloodstream.
Wow. That works pretty fast.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Right? And then we have massage therapy, of course. And this is my zone. And
This is your personal...
Yes,
This is what
this is
you
my
do.
passion. I love it. And we also have Tess Shalou with Revive Therapeutic Massage. She's taking new clients on now, and we trade massage, but we're very interested in therapeutic massage. So my thing is, you can get deep tissue, and a lot of places will say that that's what they do. And you might get some elbows and some deep pressure. And while that might be a technique, in of itself is not therapeutic massage. So there's a lot of modalities of massage that can help release the muscle tissue. And I might have said to a lot of people at this point that massage therapy, for whatever reason, is the bottom of the totem pole. So the course of action...
I guess because there's so many people out there that are offering so many different types of massages,
Right.
that people don't know what to get, right, or what to do or where to go.
Right. So we do relaxation massage and that whole spa feel, but we're really passionate about helping people walk out of here better than when they came in. That means more range of motion, that means pain relief, that means flexibility, and really educating people about their bodies. Do you have a posture problem? Are you suffering from an injury? Or is it really just stress from life?
Right, right.
And so all those feel different under our fingertips.
Yeah.
And so we want to treat what's happening in the body.
Now, do you recommend like longevity with coming back constant for massages, or was that something that you can discuss with each person as you massage them to find out what their needs are per each person, right?
So the general rule is if you get a massage once a month, you're doing some preventative maintenance for yourself. Think
Nice.
about everything that you spend at the pharmacy or on products, salon spas, and all those things. Just schedule the monthly massage. What I hear most often is that people say, oh, thank God I had that appointment scheduled because I slept on my neck wrong, or I just got back from vacation and we drove 12 hours. And we really try to help people understand their bodies and their environment that they work in. So are you working at a desk? Are you a mechanic? Are you driving for a living? And we want to help you learn things that you can do, that you can take away, whether it be stretches or exercises. We want this to be a learning experience.
Right.
Not that you have to come here all the time, but there's things that you can do.
Right.
And so we want to impart that knowledge to you.
And let me be the first to tell the listeners that I had a great experience today with a massage that she is speaking the truth, because it's been 8 months since I've had a massage, and what little bit I have experienced, it's great. So her technique works. It does work, folks. So make sure you check it out.
All right. So this next room that we have is called Jade Bed Therapy. And so the jade bed, for those people that don't want to be touched, there's something here for you. And so this serves as traction and stretching with infrared heat. There's 11 rollers made out of the stone jade, and it goes on either side of your spine and on the back of your legs, and it lifts you up in a sweeping motion. And so I'll just say that I was on it for 3 minutes and my back cracked, and I was sold. So
Wow.
Not that it always has that response, but it's really getting into the attachments along the spine. And we've had people come in that were having nerve issues, and they got on the jade bed and they're like, I'm a new person.
Wow. How does that work? Can you give us a quick high level of what's involved in the jade bed?
So a jade bed is, some people might be thinking it's something in chiropractic.
Right.
Where you're being stretched beyond your capacity.
And I have experienced that.
It's not like that at all. We can offer some things to help buffer if the rollers are too hard. However, we feel like it really gets in there, and the infrared heat is really, we can measure it. It doesn't have to be completely hot, but I like the intense heat because that helps with the rollers. So it'll go down from the base of your head to your sacral area, and then it'll skip over to the hamstrings all the way down to your ankles. And so it is in some ways like a massage, but also it with that lifting motion, it is stretching you.
Right.
So
Very interesting.
And if you'd like to try it out, we have a 15-minute free session.
Oh, wow.
That you can come and see if that is something that you would like to do. So our next room is with Sky Aesthetics. And Heather Liptrap is probably one of the sweetest people you'll ever want to meet. She is so loving and caring, and she does aesthetics, and what that includes is facials, body scrubs. She does eyebrows, eyelashes, waxing, and she does ear candling. So she pretty much does the whole gamut of aesthetics, and you will not be disappointed. So they even have a gentleman's facial.
I'll get ready to ask that. What do they have for men, right?
Gents,
Don't leave the men out, right?
So the whole idea is that you can spend the day with us. From the moment you wake up, we'll cater in your lunch and everything. And we really, as a society, we go, and we don't do enough to take care of ourselves.
That is so true.
If you want to do those things when you get older, you need to invest in yourself.
That is so true. Absolutely.
So we have 2 more stops, believe it or not. Next is our vestibular therapist. And I'll tell you, I didn't even know what vestibular therapy was until I brought her on. So,
Denise, tell us, what is vestibular therapy?
See, you can't
I can't even say it.
Just kidding. So Dr. Christina Spencer is a doctor of physical therapy. However, she does not do traditional PT. So many people are familiar with after surgeries and
Right.
muscle rehab. Although she has all that knowledge, she focuses on everything balance, vestibular, neurological related. And so what that means is Parkinson's, concussions, she does a lot of that, brain tumors, and the big one is vertigo. I think everybody knows somebody that has suffered from vertigo.
Yeah.
And she has equipment that allows her to see in the vestibular area. And
Wow.
so she's been in business for probably about 25 years as well. So, like I said, we're bringing in the best, and I would encourage, if you know somebody that struggles even with the littlest of a balance issue, to come see her. Put in the phone call, take the time to listen to see what she can do to help you.
Yeah.
She's very compassionate and very understanding, not just of the medical knowledge, but what people go through that are suffering with these things.
Especially vertigo. I think it's a big one.
Right,
nowadays.
right. Like how do you go on with your daily life
Right.
when you're barely... And I was just surprised to see how many people struggle with this. It's kind of mind-blowing. So our last station,
But not least.
right? And we're always adding. So let's see. The infrared sauna. Okay.
Infrared sauna.
So this gets up to 170 degrees. And why, you might ask, somebody would want to be in that.
That hot, right? That's hot.
The main purpose is detoxing. So this is a 3-person sauna, but I would say more comfortably 2. And it also has chromotherapy lights, and I'll get into that in just a sec. But I have people that come in before their massage to soften their muscle tissue, and it makes my job easier, so I'm thankful.
Right.
Right? And if you do a workout, or I'll just let you know that I struggle with Lyme disease and the brain fog. And just 30 minutes in here gets me a good 3 days out of mental clarity.
Oh, wow.
So I love sitting in here at the end of the day. And we have psychiatrists that send people here for people that struggle with anxiety, depression, seasonal mood disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So the chromotherapy lighting really helps with that. And different colors, it's able to do emit different things to help heal the body. So there's other things that can be helpful for the infrared sauna, such as also concussion therapy. I had somebody that got hit in the back of the head with a bat.
Oh.
And so they got so much relief out of this. And so it's worth giving it a shot, because if you've ever talked to anybody that's had a concussion, it just affects every part of your life in movement. And I have a couple kids that are in sports, and so we see it a lot. The concussions from football, soccer.
And it makes me wonder, going back, we're going back now some years, and back when I was a kid and we played sports with equipment not as highly advanced as we have today. I wonder how many concussions I've had in my career, my life, that I don't even know about. That can happen.
And the infrared heat is different from the steam saunas. Okay, so track me with this one, but not a microwave. However, it heats you from the inside out. Okay?
Not like a microwave, but like a microwave.
Right. Just so you get the concept.
Right, the concept.
But it's helping on a deeper cellular level. Whereas the steam saunas, they're from the outside in.
Okay.
And so,
Because I've been in a steam sauna before, and
right.
it was nice. I really enjoyed it.
And I, like, if I'm out in public a lot and have been around a lot of people, getting in an infrared sauna will help reduce your viral load. And
Nice.
so people with autoimmune diseases and also that are fighting cancer, this is a great environment for infrared, to be in infrared saunas.
Right.
So try it, and I think you'll be pleased with it.
I like the way it looks. The lights in there are just amazing. They really are.
And so that brings us to the end of the Vine Tour.
And the Vine Tour.
Yeah.
So, a couple of questions that
Sure.
we kind of left off. That I usually talk about, are like, what are some of the challenges that you face? I know this is a big place, and you have a lot of people here and a lot of things that go on here. So what were some of the challenges that you were faced when you were putting this place together?
So, as I mentioned earlier, business found me, and so I don't consider myself to be this, expert on business. So there were a lot of learning curves that had to take place. So I'm very appreciative of that. And I would say marketing was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
We are kind of tucked back here on Newport Drive in Forest Hill. I would say that we are a destination place. And so while the practitioners have their patients and clientele, we're trying to get the word out that we're here for all your wellness needs.
Right.
And so getting the word out is probably one of the biggest things.
Yeah. And, one of the questions that I kind of throw in, because, a lot of businesses struggled through the pandemic, and I guess I'll ask that to you, how has the pandemic, has that done anything, to your business model? Has there made changes, or what do you feel that COVID has done that where you're thinking things have changed because of what COVID's done to the world?
So my resolve for the Vine has always been that God gave me this vision. So once it's given, you can't stop. You have to fulfill it. You have to continually keep taking steps of faith. And before we even had the building, I said, I want the last 4 digits of the phone number to be VINE. And so I just took that step of faith. And so if you're trying to get a hold of us, that's a little plug, 410-838-VINE. You'll remember it.
Not too hard, right?
No. And just the conviction that I have for helping people and how God has made this my ministry. It's all of our ministry. It's what was missing during COVID, the interaction and the ability to have community, and that's what we do with the Vine Room. And we've had so many lives touched by just at the front desk, people unload and how can you help me? They're searching for answers, and we're here to just give the love of Jesus, and that can be found without even saying words.
That is so true.
So,
and that's been my experience twice. My first visit here, coming in just to see the place, and then on the second time coming around, it's been interesting.
So I am thankful that you shared that, because I believe in the staff, from the office manager to the practitioners and the front desk people that help with the services.
Right.
They're all passionate and loving and ready to serve.
Yeah. Now, what are the ways that we can contact you?
So, first of all, you can reach us on harfordvine.com. There is info@harfordvine.com. You can email us that way. I already shared the phone number, 410-838-VINE.
Yeah, one more time, right?
Right.
410-838-VINE.
Yes. And then, what else? I'm trying to think.
Do you social media? Do you use Instagram,
I'm sorry.
Facebook? That's okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook.
So Facebook
Are they Harford
is the Vine Natural Health Center.
The Vine Natural Health Center.
Right.
Okay.
And the Instagram is Vine Natural Health. Thanks
Natural
for bringing that up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So we have all of our events as well on the Facebook page, and different ways in which you might not have thought we could help. And so hopefully in the near future we can add some more videos and photos of the place so that you can get a feel for what the environment's like here. But we invite you anytime to come in and take a tour like we just did here.
Yeah, I definitely, my personal experience, I definitely recommend at least coming to take a tour because it's a beautiful place. It's worth it
Thank you.
to come and find something. There's something here for everybody.
Yes.
And that's what I found out, so.
Right.
What else? Do you have anything else that you would like to share with us?
So I think just that we're ready to serve, and we love people, and we're here to listen as well. So sometimes I think that people get frustrated because maybe they're not heard.
Yeah.
And for those people that have exhausted different things in the medical field, and they come here, we'll listen and we'll just offer what we can. A lot of the practitioners here have just accumulated over the years with their experience what their clients and patients are doing to help themselves.
Right.
And so...
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do is try to get each individual that works here come on and do a podcast. And
that would be great.
Do what you did, and explain what they do in detail,
Right. That would be wonderful.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So I just wanted to say that we are offering a discount to...
You beat me to it, because I was going to say...
Okay.
What did you like to offer our listeners today?
Okay.
What do you have? That's okay. It's great.
So we're offering a discount. They're called Vine Bucks.
Oh,
So
interesting.
anybody that wants to say that they listen to the podcast, there's different ones. There's one for the float tank. It's half off.
Oh, wow.
So a float tank session is $60. So that's $30 that you would have to pay for a float. And then what else do we have? We have the PEMF mat, the infrared sauna. We have the jade bed, the ionic foot bath is a BOGO. So come and get your Vine Bucks.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Denise, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on with me and do this podcast. It's been a pleasure. Folks, come in and check it out. It's a great place. Really enjoyed it. Thanks again, Denise. I appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Absolutely.
Hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Thank you. You've been listening to the Q.A.C. Team Podcast with your host, Charles Luttrell. Connect with us on the web at QACteam.com, Facebook and Instagram at QAC.team. Thanks for listening.